Beyond its engineering significance, the Fort Peck Dam took on cultural resonance across America. During construction, it was featured on the cover of the first issue of Life magazine, published on November 23, 1936, with a striking black-and-white photo by Margaret Burke White, one of the most iconic images of industrial America during the Depression era. The photograph symbolized progress, scale, and collective labor in a time of widespread despair. For many, Fort Peck represented more than concrete and earth. It was a beacon of hope and a federal promise to reshape both the land and national morale. Writers, journalists, and even artists were drawn to its colossal form and human story. Over the years, the dam became an educational case study in engineering, a pilgrimage site for dam enthusiasts, and a reminder of how massive public works can both elevate and endanger. The 1938 slide wasn't just a failure. It was a lesson woven into the fabric of American infrastructure, underscoring that even our grandest designs must yield to nature's complexity and the unforeseen layers beneath our feet. In the heart of northeastern Montana, along the turbulent Missouri River, workers embarked on one of the most ambitious federal engineering projects of the Great Depression, Fort Peck Dam. Authorized in 1933 under President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal, construction began that same year and would persist through 1940. At its peak in July 1936, more than 10,500 laborers from across the country, many hailing from small farms and struggling communities, converged here seeking employment and purpose. Wikipedia. nwo.uzaki.army.mil. Built using hydraulic filling, pumping a sand-rich slurry into site, then allowing it to settle, the dam demanded constant vigilance to avoid overtopping or structural instability. Damfailures.org. nwo.uzaki.army.mil. Amid the boomtowns that sprouted, like Fort Peck City and New Deal, camaraderie thrived even as workers faced serious hazards daily. Atlas Obscura. Clio. By late September 1938, the dam neared completion. The fill had reached an elevation of roughly 2,250 feet, while the reservoir sat at 2,117.5 feet. Engineers grew increasingly concerned as they observed insufficient freeboard, the safety margin between the core pool and the fill's crest, and narrowing beaches, meaning less buffer between machinery and danger. Damfailures.org. Nopia. That morning, an inspection team revealed that the dredge fill pipeline was only about 2.5 to 3 feet above the water, well below the intended 4.5-foot clearance. Damfailures.org. Nopia. Awareness of growing instability circulated among supervisors and workers. Yet work continued, underestimating the subtle warning signs about to manifest. At approximately 1:15 p.m. on September 22, 1938, the danger escalated into catastrophe. The upstream embankment on the dam's eastern end began to slump, cracks appeared, and a massive portion of the shell began sliding. A supervisor, driving nearby, watched as the scarp, the rising collapse, moved toward his car at about 10 miles per hour. He reversed and narrowly escaped. Wikipedia. Damfailures.org. In mere minutes, roughly 10, the slide engulfed nearly 1,700 feet of dam structure, unleashing an estimated 5 million cubic yards of earth and equipment into the reservoir. Dredge pipes, railroad tracks, barges, and heavy machinery were swept away in the churn. Clio. Damfailures.org. Of the 134 men working in the zone, 34 were dragged into the collapse, and tragically 8 perished. Only 2 bodies were ever recovered. The other 6 remained forever lodged within the dam structure. In the aftermath, the Army Corps of Engineers launched a thorough investigation. They ruled out seismic causes and core instability, Tests demonstrated that both the shell material and foundation sands exceeded densities critical for liquefaction. Wikipedia. Nopia. The drop in shearing strength was attributed to water-laden bentonite seams embedded within the Bear Paw Shale, the dam's foundational strata. These seams, low in permeability and prone to high pore pressure buildup, undermine stability. Laboratory data confirmed that these weak zones severely reduced effective stress and shear strength, triggering the catastrophic slide. Wikipedia. nwo.uzaki.army.mil. No individuals were blamed. Instead, the findings emphasized geological hazards and called for stricter design adaptations. Within a year, construction resumed and reached completion on October 11, 1940. The Slide of 38 stands as a sobering reminder of the power and fragility of large-scale earthworks. A memorial now marks the site, bearing the names of the fallen, with an inscription noting they were forever entombed in the dam. Waymarking. Despite this tragedy, Fort Peck Dam persevered and continues to perform its duties nearly a century later. Standing 250 feet high and extending over 21,000 feet, it remains one of the world's largest hydraulic-filled dams, serving flood control, navigation, irrigation, and eventually hydroelectric generation from 1943 onward. Encyclopedia Britannica. nwo.uzaki.army.mil. Atlas Obscura. The lesson endures. Rigorous geological assessments, real-time monitoring, and respect for natural variability are indispensable to safe engineering. Fort Peck's story endures not just as a marvel of human ingenuity, but also as a testament to resilience and humility before the earth.